Hello, y'all. Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? What's going on, ladies? How y'all
What's up,
feeling
Tamika?
tonight?
Good, good. How
Not
are you?
I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. Yeah, we here to talk about them. Okay, we doing parts 1 through 4. We was trying to figure it out. Like, should we cover the whole series? Should we do 2 by 2? So we kind of met in the middle with the 1 through 4. Well, we got Miss Tika Deshawn in the building tonight. I think this is the first time you've been on, like, I've been hosting. I usually be on yours or EJ's. So, welcome, Tika. Glad to
Tika's
have
in the
yeah.
you.
Okay, yeah. Thank you for having me. This is the craziest thing that we could actually come together and talk about, and I'm here for it. I am here for it.
Yes, and then we got EJ in the building. What's
What
going
up, what
on,
up, what
girl?
up? Girl, nothing chilling. I'm ready to talk about this craziness. I don't watch this about 2 times.
Kayla's here too. Yeah, I
Hey,
think I
Kayla.
did 2 times each, and every time you notice something different. Okay, I know I did. I was like, wait a minute, I ain't noticed that before. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. I think we got the hammer in the building.
Hammer. Ew.
I didn't know she was coming. Moochie, you there? She might have stepped away for a minute.
Oh, man,
So,
she didn't even hear my ew.
what did y'all like? Okay, first of all, for me, I didn't like season 1. Season 1 was traumatic for me. I was doing too much. I couldn't get into it. But when I seen this preview and I was like, wait a minute, Pam Grier, Luke James, the preview kind of sucked me in. I was like, all right, I might be here for this one. But I want to hear from y'all. Did y'all like, season 1? And how are you feeling about, this one so far? Start with you, Tika.
Listen, season one had me looking at that thing like this. Like my eyes was covered. I was a little creeped out with season one. But then I decided I'm like, okay, let me go through. Let me check it out. Let me see, how I'm feeling about season two. And just like you, Tamika, with the cast that was included, like I love me some Luke James. From him being Victor Trigg to on
Mhm.
Star to like some of everything to listening to his music. So I'm here for anything that he puts out there. But then to see that Malcolm Mays wrote a couple of episodes, I was like, what?
Mhm.
What? So yeah, I was here for it all. Like this, watching it like this.
I think I need to. Go ahead, EJ.
Yeah, so I mean, keeping it 100, Tamika. I can't even remember episode. I can't even remember season one. Me and my husband was going back and forth. He was like, "What happened?" I said, "It was something about somebody moving and the little girl." I said, "I can't remember." I said, "But you know what? We're about to look at this one because Luke James in it, and I was so excited to see Trig playing something else.
Mhm.
And now I don't know how
Mhm.
I'm gonna go back to looking at him as Trig after this, though. This
Mhm. Baby.
okay, but it was
Listen.
so good. I like how it started out. I didn't go
Yeah.
past 4, y'all, because I didn't want to be confused.
Okay.
Confusing enough. Shit.
Yeah, Luke James, he needs some awards for this one, baby. He came, he said, baby, I'm about to act, okay, with the T on it, put the
Okay.
stink on it. For real. Hey, Kendall.
Hey, Kendall, Lemon Kush Pepper. What up, Stick Shift?
Hmm. Girl, be quiet. We can't both
Hey,
be
Taylor.
talking. Oh my goodness. So we gonna get this thing started. Wait 1 minute, y'all.
Okay.
Uh,
Mm. Kayla said, oh, no, we can't, Moochie. We
oh,
can't hear
wait
you.
a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh, maybe she can't hear me. Let me get, nope, let me type. Nope, we can't hear you. Boom, boom, boom. So anyway, listen, this whole Luke, I mean, let me tell you, dude was he was doing a lot, Tika. Is it just
Yes.
me or was it just a lot going on?
It was a lot going on. It was going on in his head. It was going on in everywhere. But he's like the Black Jeffrey Dahmer.
Okay, I see it.
It's literally the Black Jeffrey Dahmer. I just can't see Luke James as anybody else right now.
Okay,
How
He's
about
doing
now?
a lot,
Can you hear
there's
me
a lot
now?
going on.
Yes, we can hear you
Alright.
now, sweetie.
My bad.
No, you're fine. Like literally, I'm telling you, I'm gonna have a hard time looking at Victor Trigg. Like I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm gonna have to because he was doing a lot, and
But
I'm
did you
mad
see
at
how he
them
got
about
in
that mask.
shape? Did you see how he got in shape to do this part?
I
Like
didn't
he,
look at all that.
oh my, well, I will. I will look at
I
a
like
body.
the fact that he actually showed range. So now
Yes.
we see him do
Absolutely.
various things.
Yes.
So
Yes.
Yeah.
I was intrigued by all of that. The first season of this I had to stop watching because I was really like getting mad when I watched the episode where I was like, I can't watch this no more. And I told Tamika when you asked me about it, I said I'm gonna have to see how it plays out because last time I couldn't get through the first couple of episodes. I was just getting pissed off.
I'm glad I can't remember.
I mean, it's still there, like the racism, but this time is not as bad as how the first season was.
Yeah, that's how I felt. But when I saw the preview, I was like, nah, Moochie, I think you're gonna like this one. I'm feeling the vibe. I said I could be wrong. I'm gonna watch the episodes first. And I watched like 5 of them in one night. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna stop. Because me personally, I can binge through. If it's good and it's keeping my attention, I can finish off. And that ain't nothing for me. But I know everybody goes at different paces. So when we decided we was gonna talk about it, I was like, I'm not gonna go too far, but like, all right now, I don't want to stop. I want to know what the heck else is gonna go on. So they definitely, are doing a good job in my opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah,
This
y'all,
was
we
so
start out with somebody covered up, in this daggone sheet. We don't really know what the heck is going on. What was y'all thinking about? Girl, we can't both talk at the same time. Okay?
She got something to say.
He's like a man.
Oh God. So as far as just like this beginning, I think we had, this person, we don't know who it is at this point. And then we find out, of course, we have Officer Dawn. It's her birthday. I believe that's how we opened up, if I remember it correctly. Y'all let me know, and maybe some things I'll stop and talk about if you want me to stop somewhere, because I just got a bunch of slides, and if there's anything particular part you want to focus on for a minute, bring it to my attention. But just overall, like how it started out in this first case that she's getting, like, anybody have any thoughts about that? Anybody want to break down anything about that?
I like the fact that it took place in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So we getting a different vibe, and it's the same era, like that's about the same time as the Rodney King situation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I did like that as well. Tika.
Yeah, I mean, definitely it brings it very relevant. It's definitely giving us what was really going on in LA during the time of the riots, during the police on
Yeah, you gotta
human
stop there for a minute.
brutality. Yeah, that is right there. But after, once we get to why her behind ended up in that little box, it's like, okay, well, you got what you got. But I was like, wait, what? How the hell did she get in there? First of all, but it was again, this movie was just on the whole. I'll say this: season 1, it definitely takes you in that time period of how racism was in your face. This time period takes it to where we are at that time where the racism is present, but it's not so in your face. You know what I mean? You got to figure out who's that racist individual. So it just from the whole episode just was giving me the beginning of it was giving me the creeps, the itches, the I volunteered to talk about this, but I'm gonna still watch. I woke up in the middle of it. I fell asleep on a couple of scenes. Woke
Me
up dreaming
too.
about it. I was dreaming about it. I was like in the freaking box. Like that's how much.
Oh Lord.
No, I don't know about all of that.
Listen, I'm telling you, that's how it had my mind. So I was like, okay, let me just watch this with the lights on. So anyway, yeah, but I'm still here for it. It didn't run me away. I can say that much.
EJ.
I think I had weird dreams too. This part right here just pissed me off, y'all. I'm gonna just keep it real with y'all because they showed that part in the advertisement so much. Him
Mhm.
putting on that head, and then when he
Mhm.
went out there and started dancing, and it was down
I wasn't
cheese.
expecting that.
I said, no, the hell y'all didn't. I was so upset with that one little part. I was like, really? But then they made up for it with all the other shenanigans. But I'm just saying that right there took
Yeah,
me
I
out.
wasn't expecting that.
Me neither. I was like, oh, we about to go do some psycho stuff. I was like, oh, Lord, we starting right off from the
And
jump.
he was getting down too.
He
That's
was
why I
ready.
said he is so talented. Sing, dance, act. I mean, definitely got to put some respect on his name.
And the way that his manager was like just diving in on him, like I didn't tell you to go out there and do that, and you know, it kind
Mhm.
of for a minute, literally a minute, it gave me some sympathy on, you know, it kind of reminded me of a child that was bullied in
Mhm.
school, and now he's trying his best to be like the popular one, to be seen.
Mhm.
So it was giving me that. I'm like, why is
Yeah.
his manager messing with him like that? But then again, we see later on who this person really becomes.
Yeah. Moochie, what did you think about as far as her and her, captain? Like she is I guess is like on the one hand she got a promotion. He definitely seems like he knows she's a good cop, but then we have, like I said, surrounding Rodney King. The police is not looking too good. We having all these issues, and she also had a previous issue. So it's kind of like a good and bad with her situation, so to speak. And she wants this case, and he telling her, okay, I'm gonna give you the case, or I'm gonna let you work on the case, but you're gonna be working with was it McKinley?
Yep,
And he's
McKinney.
gonna take the lead. So what you had any thoughts as far as that part? Or any of this whole just beginning that we was just talking about?
I'm steady talking because
Oh.
I was saying I think that with this whole with her coming into this position,
Mhm.
a lot of the men really didn't want her there because she was black
Yeah.
and she was a woman. So it was like
Yeah.
I didn't like the way he acted towards her. He was kind of like a jerk.
Yeah. I did like that they were showing that, because I do have officers and friends that, that are family and friends, and I've heard them have conversations surrounding this. You got the, you know, um, your sex part of it, and then your racist part of it, or bias part of it, and all that different kind of stuff. So I
Right.
did like that they were showing that, because that's something that does go on too. So she was definitely aggravated. It was like things coming from every angle all at the same time. Then we get in this interrogation room with one of the kids that was living inside the home child. Anybody want to talk about this? I want to choke this there man up.
Listen, this
Classic
folks.
racist. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, EJ.
No, I was just gonna say classic racist, you know what I'm saying? Just being so extra. I just wanted to choke him. Like I wanted to jump through the screen and choke him because none of this made any sense. You're gonna put such a heinous crime on one person, and then like the little stuff he was saying, talking about you big, and then told somebody that he was built like Bo Jackson and all this
Right.
stuff. Like I'm like, dude, what does that have to do with anything? And then talking about how or do you play football because I play? You know what I'm saying? Like no tact at all with it. Like he doesn't read the room very well. Dude is scared out of his mind. You can see that the fear is in him. Like something crazy happened, and you could see that he is super scared, and you can't get any details out of him because you're so busy trying to blame him for something that doesn't even make sense. Like you got to come back with the logics. How did this get broken? How did this happen? You really think this young man did all of that? Come on, now you gonna say he had friends to help? Come on now. Jeez Louise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was way too apparent. It was just so apparent that this young man literally had nothing to do with it. But that's what they do. They try to find little small things about a person, whether it be the height, the size, the color of their skin, whatever the case may be, and pin it on them. So when he saw that image of that body in that box, he was like, Like, I can't even look at it. So that should have told this detective right here automatically that this young man had nothing to do with the situation. So I'm glad that that Detective Dawn, she took over and kind of was like, do you want me to get you an attorney? Like, or do you want to stop this conversation until you can get your attorney here? So she kind of fed that into him, and I'm glad that she did, because at this point, this young man would probably be hanging by his toes if it was up to this cop.
Right.
That part.
Yes, absolutely. So he does say yes, he want his lawyer. Okay, I don't blame him. Then child, we get to Edward doing this audition. He's supposed to be a gangster. Definitely wasn't giving gangster at all. Oh gosh. Very
That was
awkward.
that was the funniest part. I said, dude, you don't sound nowhere near gangster. Even the
Even she
Caucasian
was
lady in the
laughing.
room knows it.
Mhm. Yeah, and then when he started making the noises in the face, and because the thing about it is he got the props down pack and the costumes, but he was definitely not bringing the right energy that needed to be brought for that particular role or scene or whatever. So yeah, I mean they was on the verge of just cracking up in the on him. Poor Edward. So he come out here to the desk and he meets. Well, I guess he's been seeing her on a regular when he come there. I don't think they was just meeting for the first time. And she was being very encouraging to him. And then he ends up giving her some coins, tokens, or whatever to bring her son to the place where he be doing the parties at. Y'all felt anyway during that time because baby,
I thought
this
he
was
was just
one of
being
the
nice
things.
because she was being nice to him.
That's what I was thinking
And,
too.
and,
But
and I
this
didn't
part
take
right
it. I
here,
didn't take it too.
I didn't notice this the first time. I'm like, wait, he sat out there all night watching her?
Yeah, but he was watching for that guy, I think, that was laughing at him. Remember, the guy was laughing at him during the audition?
Yeah.
Like, he was laughing at him talking, and then he just outright, before he was trying to contain it, but after a while, he couldn't contain it no more. I thought he was going to do something to that dude.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that the first time. The second time I was watching, I'm like, wait, because I know he does it again, but for some reason I probably thought that was just all one time or whatever. But then I was like, no, he did this like from the beginning. I'm like, yeah, okay, so he was already giving a little bit of creepiness, girl. So when she gets home, she notices like that her mom done, had an accident, the back of the car looking banged up. And she come in here. I guess this is her son' regular routine. We're practicing his drums. And, I guess they have this thing where she just kind of flicks the lights off and on to let him know that it's going to be time for him to hang it up soon and come in. And then when she get in the house, because it is her birthday, I guess we're going to have us a little birthday dinner and stuff like that. And she finds out that her ex-hubby sent her a card, birthday card. It's like, oh, he remembers. But she threw that in the trash quick in a hurry. She didn't want to be bothered. So we sit down and mama give us this picture as a gift and all of that good stuff. Anybody want to talk about any of this stuff or not really?
I just love that they had like a somewhat of a normal, considering what we're going to face throughout the rest of this series or this show. I just like that they had like a normal moment, but it also made me wonder, why the heck is she giving her a picture of her as a young girl? Like what's really behind the reasoning for her giving her that picture? And so of course later on we're gonna see what really went down, but it was a normal moment considering everything that they had to face throughout the rest of the series. So.
Right. But then we also did get like the camera zoom and we start seeing some lights flickering off and on outside. So I kept going, okay, what's gonna be going on here? Now we get back to Edward, and she does show up with her son. It seems good. We liking the vibe. We liking the energy. Her Anybody want to talk about this?
You know who that little boy is, right? That's Candy's son.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
That's what I recognized when I first saw it. I was like, oh, he worked like at a place like Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Or Dave and Buster.
And they yeah. I used to take my son to those all the time. Yeah, so they end up exchanging numbers. She's giving him credit, like, oh, you good with kids, and it does seem like he's good with kids. It seems like he's one of them people that have a rough time interacting with, adults more so than kids, and that's why he's working there. So she was like, I think that made her like him even more.
Yeah, so, she was definitely looking for a baby daddy, or not a baby daddy, but a step-in father. I just think sis she should have did a little research a little bit longer, but it was cute. Yeah, and the little boy was cute. Yeah, we just like Moochie, I recognized who he was too. I was like, Lord, Canada got a baby on the TV screen. I'm not mad at that, but yeah, I love Chuck E. Cheese. They anyway, y'all, we got David Buster's now, so
it was Showbiz Pizza first, y'all. It's Showbiz Pizza. We're kids.
Okay.
Oh. I didn't realize I was muted. She comes now to talk with the young man that they had in the interrogation with his sister, and kind of get her perspective and see what she know, what she remember, and just try to make her comfortable and stuff like that. Anybody want to talk about this and what the little girl said she was seeing and hearing?
I knew that the lady wasn't going to be the nice lady per se. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt that in my spirit. I was like, nah, she's not going to be nice. There's going to be something with her, the typical stories that you used to hear about, foster parents and stuff like that. So I knew that was going to be a thing. But then because I was wondering about all those TVs when we saw that scene where all them doggone TVs was there, I was like, why is all them TVs there? But as the little girl is talking, it made me realize that she was trying to keep everybody up and all this other stuff. Everybody else covering up places they got reflections. But I guess if the TV's on, it ain't really no reflection. So I guess there's that. But I just, that was crazy to me. That was so crazy to me. And like I said, I haven't went past episode 4, so I still don't know. I still don't know what the hell is going on. Look at Tika. Yo, butt to watch the whole thing.
Nah, I ain't rushed through. I'm still at
when she was here cutting up these carrots, I just knew she was about to slice her fingers up. Yes, that's all I was thinking.
That was like the second. It was that time and the time she had the box cutter when she was trying to open them things, and that lady came in.
Because now we definitely starting to get like weird things happening. Because even when he's in here with the drums, you know how his mom would normally turn the light off and on. It turns off and on, and he goes, "Oh, I'm coming. I'll be out in a minute," thinking that it's her, but really she wasn't even there. So I'm like, oh Lord. Now we get back over here to Edwin, and we seeing that he really does have like the layout, all different kind of costumes, and he got this Raggedy Ann damn doll.
Yes.
And
it just struck me as odd. Like, it struck me as he's a odd person. Like, and my thing was trying to figure out, why is he the way that I'm always trying to overanalyze certain situations, but I'm just like, what's wrong with him? Like, is he, sometimes people can be autistic but functional. You know what I mean? So I was just like trying to see if they were going to give us what was really, going on with him. Because you living in the home by yourself, and you got baby dolls and you playing with the kids at the, at the job, at your job and everything. So I don't know, y'all. I'm just still trying to, even to the end, I'm still trying to figure everything out about Edmund, because he was definitely odd, but it definitely kept you watching to see what his next move was going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. So now Dawn, she's kind of it's interesting because she records, her thoughts. She listens back to her thoughts, then she kind of looks at the pictures. Then she wants to put herself in the person's, kind of predicament situation, see it through their eyes. So she literally takes all her cleaning supplies out and is trying to adjust her body in this daggone cabinet in the way to figure out how the lady got in there, put that way with her body. What y'all thought about this?
Oh,
What's going on,
girl.
Brillo?
This scene, yo,
Yeah.
I was like, why is she doing that? I'm like, I hope nobody come out and close that cabinet when she's inside of there. Then to top it off, that voice in the recorder scared the mess out of me.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
I be in here by myself. I told you if it's too scary, I gotta turn it off. Come back to it.
Right.
That's why I'm only up to episode 5.
What up, though, Brillo? That's
Yeah, that
crazy.
scared her. It gave her a panic attack. I was like, girl, I would have, got there too. So we at episode 2 now. We literally started out with what was this lady name? I don't remember her name. The one that owned the group home. The deceased that we found all curled up in there. We at her autopsy, and McKinney was being a jack behind in there too. Even when the coroner's explaining everything to him, he still was trying to turn it into something else. Break that down, Tika. What was your thoughts on this?
Girl, I didn't know what the hell McKinney was in there talking about, but he was doing too much. McKinney is always doing too much for me. I do not, and I know why I don't like McKinney, but they were trying to figure out, how her body could get the way that it was. They've only seen it where a train has done this to somebody's body, and they were basically just in the whole let's figure it out type stage. Like, how is it that she's, this way? So yeah, I was watching it like one side of my glasses covered and the other side I'm like, keep watching, but turn your head because it was a lot.
I
Look
just
how
realized.
the doctor was looking at him when he was talking.
I know that was a funny part. I was like, look at this doctor looking at him. No, you dumb when the doctor got to look at you. So you saying that he broke the CD with all the all the things. I was like, right. Can we please read him for filth? Because that sounds stupid right now. You really do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, lemon kush pepper definitely was twisted up. Twisted up don't even cover it. Thanks for coming through, Brillo.
Yeah, because how was
Lord.
your wrist twisted, your head flipped back, your ankles twisted the opposite direction? It was
Yes,
just
all
like,
broke up.
and then they
Mm-hmm.
say, was this the moment they were saying something that she was still alive when
Yes, she
when
actually was
some of this
still
stuff was going
alive.
on?
Hmm.
Yeah,
She didn't
yeah.
die immediately. He says something about the vocal cords was probably compressed or something along them lines. I was like, oh God. Because then, she was asking why wouldn't they be able to hear the screams? And so even she was thinking about different like metal and type of machines that would be able to do something like this. So her and the coroner was pretty much on the same page. McKinney was in a whole nother world. Then when we get here with him having this conversation in the car with her, and he hit her with the "I had a black girlfriend before." I just want to slap this
Oh,
damn man.
That part.
Oh my goodness. She was just like so disgusted with him. And he like, what? Now her son, I feel like he have some different issues too. Like I know he definitely have anxiety going on, and I don't know if it's just OCD. He seemed like he really like to have things in an order, and it's usually threes. Even like with his foot, he tapped it 3 times. I noticed that he had the pencils and erasers or whatever it was. There had to be 3 of them. But in this particular conversation, his friend was bringing up to him, everything that happened with Rodney King and how she feel about the police, and he wasn't really saying nothing because it's awkward because my mama is the daggone police. So she's kind of like, well, what's going on with you? Anybody want to talk about this one?
I thought they had a good friendship in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought he was just like that was just his homegirl, like nothing like in a romantic way, but it was somebody that he could really talk to that understood him, that wasn't like wasn't how can I say, he wasn't being bullied at the time, but she just seemed like a safe space for him because she knew what his mom did for a living.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he wanted to go. I guess the conversation just made him very, uncomfortable. Because she was like, "You never experienced that. You don't know other people that experienced it." And he was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, I have, but because she was making it seem like all cops is this way or that way. So I can understand how that could make him feel uncomfortable, and his mother is a cop.
Yeah.
So then we found out is another scene that could possibly have, some type of ties be similar to the case that they already working on. Yeah, anyone have any thoughts on this? When we get this chase, baby, that chase was on and popping.
The chase was intense, Tamika. Like, girl, I was sitting up there, like, just on the edge of my seat. I was like, what in the world? I said, we is running in people's house. I'm like, ain't nobody got the doors locked. Like, what is going on? It was just a lot. The
Yeah.
fact that she singled him out and what he said to her, I was like, okay. And this is where I started to get all over the lines because I'm like, okay, there's some realness in there, but then there seems like there's some supernatural, and there I don't know
Yes.
which one is which. And when he said the way he said what he said and then took off running, I said, "Oh my goodness, okay." But it was a lot, and then the way they treated her, I'm like, y'all don't see she just as black as y'all. Come on now, I understand that she working for the man, but dang it, shouldn't black trump that? I'm just saying, god dang, y'all ain't got to throw bottles at her.
Yeah, they didn't give a damn. This chase was wild. I had a lot more of the shots, but then I was like, nah, I'm getting too crazy, getting too much. And then some of them was dark, and when they moving, I don't know, for me, it'd be hard to sometimes catch it when they in an action thing. But the amount of places that she ran, and it was dangerous for her, and then it was dangerous for other people, because even one of the apartments, it was a little boy playing with a toy gun, and I was like, oh, could you imagine that story? Like, if she would have just turned and popped, but she was on point, and she just was telling them, move out my way, move out my way. She went through so many daggone apartments behind him, and then when he just jumped down, on the car, and she gets pushed down the stairs, I'm like, she could have really went back up there and, arrested that damn lady. I said, Lord, they, like
No,
EJ said, throwing
what she
bottles.
could have done, what she should have done was went up there and beat the brakes off her. Excuse my language. She should have beat the brakes off her. But I was just like, girl, stop running. Like, you don't have any backup right now, and you don't know what type of situation is in these different apartments. Just, you clearly, her team was not her team, because you saw all the white cops standing back.
Right, they
just
stood there.
looking. So I just wanted her just to stop. But of course, she's persistent. She's gonna try to do her
Yeah.
job, and she ran. And then even after falling down them daggone stairs, she got up and ran again.
Yes. Yeah, she was on it. She was definitely on it. I was like, oh wow. So of course, finally she gets to follow him into his place. Of course, the TV is on but covered. That's just the weirdest thing to me, and I saw that the second time as well. And she gets in here to realize that he done left the damn baby to go to the store. Okay, supposedly, quote unquote. Now she kind of calming down because she found out he got a baby. He's saying he just want to get out there and get some milk and pampers or whatever, and that he was scared. And because she asked him why he didn't stop, but it's like, no, I wasn't scared about you. Okay, somebody watching me, and they was jamming. The soundtrack was fire on in here too.
Right.
Let me say that.
Right.
But I was like, well, who watching? Like, y'all was thinking anything at this part?
I confused. I told you I couldn't tell if it was the supernatural part.
Yeah, because it's like it seemed like we getting a combination, so you don't know what part he talking about. But of course, as time go on, especially once McKinney get in there, because I found it so funny that McKinney just stood there and was watching them, but then all of a sudden he finds the right place that she's at, and when she hear them coming in, she kind of letting them know, like, don't don't shoot. He have a baby. McKinney still came in there disrespectful as hell. And one of the things he started was doing was pulling down all the sheets that he had covering the windows and the mirrors. So obviously he felt some type of way about something because he had the TV covered, the mirrors covered, the window covered. I
I
don't
was
know. It was
thinking
a
it was
lot going
something
on.
with the mirrors. They say mirrors hold spirits or something like
Yeah.
that. So I was thinking maybe he's just like these people are like superstitious. When it comes to that, they say these mirrors hold spirits. So maybe at night or during any time of the day, he's seeing something, and so in order to stop him from seeing whatever it is he's seeing, he's just covering everything up. He still wants to hear the sound of the TV, because he's literally in the house in the dark, even had the windows covered up. But it's like, that wasn't enough of an that wasn't good enough for McKinney, because of course McKinney went to go and full on Rodney King on the man. And so it was like, are we going to really be able to get any answers? And is this man going to be in any more danger with y'all snatching these sheets and stuff off of these windows? And then the poor little baby's just in there crying.
Yeah, because I felt like she grabbed that baby because she thought that he wasn't going to give a damn, and he might have even just roughed the damn baby up the way he was going after that crib. And even though she kept screaming, stop, 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 he didn't stop until when this other officer came in and was like, yo, all right, that's enough.
Which just shows another side of how McKinney is continually disrespecting her. Like he don't have any regard. The fact that she is a police officer or a detective, he don't care. She's just another black BI. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To him, you know what I mean? So yeah, that was aggravating to me as well.
Child, this one, Edward started worrying me even more here, baby. Lord have mercy. He's staying here with this bag over his daggone head. I didn't even realize he was on hold for a call all this time. EJ, what was going through your mind with this?
I didn't know he was on hold for a call either. I said, what? And I said, oh, so you is a little wacko. Like something is wrong with you all the way. Not that all the other little things that we hadn't seen, I mean, like Tika said, it could be a lot of different things. But this right here let me know that yeah, we about to be in for some stuff. But once again, I'm not thinking that he have anything to do with any of the other stuff, because the other stuff to me seems supernatural, and he just seemed like we were building up to the craziness, like really trying to understand, like, okay, this one right here got some issues. And sometimes I don't know if it's in this moment, and I don't think we've really seen it just yet, where it looks like he's like
this thing
he
don't
got
want to
two
stop
different
for me now. I don't
But
know. It don't want to stop for me. It's just going and going and going like the Energizer Bunny. But yeah, he also gets a call from the receptionist where she did, they did exchange numbers with her saying if she hear anything about any type of roles that she think he would be interested, she would let him know. So he was kind of in his feelings. Now, we didn't know what the call was about. When he did get the first call, it was some information he had been trying to get, and they were pretty much giving him the runaround, like, oh no, we don't know who you spoke to before, but there's nothing else we could do. And then she called right after that, and end up telling him that she might have something for him, that she did tell him she was going to call if anything came up. Now, y'all, I don't know. For some reason, I didn't think this guy was like supposed to be somebody she was supposed to be romantic with. I thought he was a gay friend. I don't know why I was getting that vibe at first. And when they got up and started kissing, and then the next thing you know was in the pool, I was like, oh, I was lost on that one. I read that all wrong.
Nah, I felt that when he came up behind her, and when she
I didn't realize that was the same person that came up behind her. So when I watched it again, yeah, because I was like, oh, okay, she hanging out with her little. I was like, wait, no.
With his little cutie self.
So yeah, she had to, I guess, release some of her stress. Tika, you had anything to add with this?
Girl, I love a good pool scene. I mean, hey, it got me looking at pools a little bit differently, but like she's going she's going through some things. You know what I mean? Who know the relationship between her and Corey? Her son's father that's strained. It's apparent when he tried to give her a birthday card that threw that in the way in the garbage. So it's like the way to get over somebody is to get on the new one. So I guess it may not be something that she permanently wants, like as far as going into marriage or anything like that, but it's something to pacify, her at the moment. So they gave us that little, they had to give us a little sexual situation. I really think it was necessary throughout, because considering the type of movie that we were dealing with or series we were dealing with. But they had to throw that in there, and I watched.
I watched.
Yes. So, now back at the house, I think she started hearing more noises, went in there and saw the picture, photos that Dawn have, like from her case that she working on. And child, even though McKinney was being a jack behind, we found out it was some truth to what he was talking about. I said, not him in here mixing it and boiling the baby bottle and the stuff at the same time. That's too close for me. I feel like you could make a mistake and end up giving the baby the wrong damn thing. Oh Lord, did anybody have any thoughts on this?
I laughed like you. I was like, what? I said, but I had saw the little residue when he first came in, so I knew he had some stuff in there. That wasn't no doggone powder with that foil over there. So I was like, definitely. But I just knew he had it. Apparently he was good at hiding it. But I thought that was interesting. I said, not the baby bottle and the stuff at the same time.
Right.
Come on.
So now he hears supposedly the NYPD knocking, so he's trying to hurry up and get rid of all the stuff, flush it down the toilet. Tika, what you thought about this? I don't know if Moochie's back yet or not.
Yeah, he was speeding up. He was trying to get rid of it, but I'm like, bruh, they gonna see it regardless. And you got the baby, like you got the baby in there too, and you done just got you got spared one time, and you should have took that, took that to somewhere else, took it to another part of the room or house or whatever, which if that was what you want to do, but they ain't right there with the baby. So it started getting creepy though, because I was like, is he really hearing the police, or what the heck is, like, again, what's going on? We definitely dealing with some supernatural type stuff in this movie so far. So, what we may think is may not really be. You know what I mean? So
absolutely, because he went back there, put the baby down, and basically put his hands up and was waiting and ready. He could hear that they literally just broke in the door coming in, and he waiting and waiting, like, what's going on? And then he go looking and he ain't seeing nothing. I was like, yeah, see now, I can't do it. And then all of a sudden we start hearing some screaming. I was like, Dad, even 1 minute the baby was laughing, and then the next minute, we ain't hear nothing from the baby. No, he started crying. And then the bottle's still busy boiling on the stove. And then the hallway looks empty 1 minute, but the next thing you know is full up of stuff. And then, of course, we got his mama. That lady was acting her behind off, boy. She was acting her behind off.
That's Miss Neighbor Jody, Linda Boston.
That's what I thought. I said, I thought that was her, but I wasn't 100% sure. Okay, come on.
I said, with your extra self. I said, you gone then.
Yes. So she was going in, y'all knew about my son being scared. Wasn't you here before this? Don't you have a son? She was definitely going in on her. Hey, Inga, what's going on? Person of the week.
Hey, Inga Binga.
So yeah, she was very upset. And then Lord, when they brung his body past, forget it. And why would they even bring that body past her like that? Jesus. Whew.
Exactly, but I do find it interesting. I'm gonna just be the devil's advocate real quick, and then I'll go back to the opposite side. But I do find it interesting that she did put that much pressure on her when we saw the scene that happened there. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was against her. There was really nothing that she really could have done to prevent any of it. But I do always find it interesting that that's what we go back to. You didn't try to do anything, but what could she do? I mean, she was getting bought. I mean, it was just a lot going on, but now I'm back now. I just wanted to throw that out.
Nah, you're right though,
So
EJ,
yeah,
because you bullying the cops, the ones that really want to try to help, but then when something happened, now you need me. Now you want me to come and protect y'all. But if y'all don't let me in y'all community, how can I really protect y'all? So she of course, but as a mother, you gonna go off on whoever. It don't matter if it's you might go off on Jesus a little bit, but she definitely went in on
right,
it. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
yeah. And of course, no shock, her and McKinley is definitely not on the same page as far as this. His whole thing is the simplest thing or the easiest thing is the thing we should go with. Just, get it closed. We don't want a whole bunch of paperwork and all of that. And of course the chief is like, we don't need no extra traction, because she telling them bring in profilers, like we need help. This is definitely a serial person. Somebody else is definitely gonna end up getting taken out. And of course they're not listening to her. Ugh, child. Can't say we surprised there.
Right. Typical unfortunate male chauvinist
Mm-hmm.
slash racist type situations. She's there. Y'all don't want her
Mm-hmm.
there, but she's there because she's probably trying to fill a quota for y'all. So,
Right.
oh,
Yeah, then we had all these pictures on this wall. I'm assuming these is probably missing people, because she stopped there and was looking at this for a minute. When she gets home, her son is watching, of course, the Rodney King. I think ever since the conversation with his friend, that's kind of bothering him.
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Um, and is this one? I can't remember if that was when she was calling his father, or she called
Girl, I don't know who she called.
damn, I just was came to me and left me. But anyway, it'll probably come up again, because I know she was making a call to either the father or um to find out about something. But this part was interesting to me, because on one hand, like I said, when it comes to Edward, we know he have the costumes and all the different little gadgets or whatever, but it's more about, can you actually act? So she did bring up to him that it was a role as a serial taker out of, and he
Mm-hmm.
was like, what? And she was like, yeah, I think it would be interesting, and I think you could probably be good at it. And we don't see too many black ones. This would definitely be the different twist. So he's really digging into it now. So on the one hand, you would think that's a good thing, because he's watching Arsenio, and Arsenio have Jason from Friday the 13th come out, and then when you look, he have like VHS tapes that's Halloween, Friday the 13th, all them movies, Nightmare on Elm Street, that you would expect somebody that's researching horror and thriller and stuff to be doing.
Yeah. He definitely took method acting to a whole other level. I'll say that.
Mhm. Yeah, then we start getting these costumes, baby. When he turned into the damn Hulk Hogan and the Bill Cosby. Oh man, I can't. Mm-mm-mm. Then he just kept going from there.
Mhm.
Oh Lord, he definitely was getting into character. Then we start drawing. Now this one, what did y'all think about this one?
Too
This
much.
would freak me out the most. It freaked me out the most. And then, especially when he put this stocking cap on his face, I was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh no, oh no, let me just."
Yeah.
Because again, that whole method acting to a whole other level, and then he started, tightening it enough to where he could have possibly choked himself, and then
Exactly.
yeah, it was a lot.
Exactly. I was like, oh no, we doing too damn much now. Now this is getting crazy. Now this part actually kind of shook me a little bit, y'all. I'm gonna lie.
Mhm.
This one, I was like, what? And I didn't notice something the first time. I don't know why I couldn't see it so clear on my TV, but when I was watching it over to do the screenshots, I was like, oh hell no.
Oh, the
When
TV.
he see her laying down smiling at the TV, I was like, yeah,
Mhm.
I would have been gone. He over here, ma. The hell to the no.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, when he turned the light on, she ain't there no more. Yeah, nah, we ain't got nothing else to talk about.
Mm-mm. And when he went into the TV and the reflection,
Yeah.
I would have been like, I was like, I don't know what the heck.
Yeah, grandma, everybody would have had to wake up because he was trying to turn the TV off with the remote. It wasn't going off. He tried a couple different things, then he unplugged it. And when he got close up on it and started seeing that reflection, then it was like he seen something standing behind him. But when he looked back, it wasn't there. Yeah, nah. Ain't nothing else for us to talk about. I start seeing some stuff like that.
Yeah, they'd have been in that house by themselves. I wouldn't even waited to talk to mama, auntie, grandma, nobody else. I would have been out. He checking his eyes, making sure he ain't tripping and everything.
Right.
Oof.
Yeah,
Face
definitely.
That was one of the second time.
Yeah, definitely. Please listen to Kendall. Hit that like, comment, share, subscribe to that you are not subscribed to. We definitely appreciate it. Turn on your notifications so you know when we upload new videos. So yeah, he was wilding. He basically ended up, I don't know. He was staring into space, staring at the knobs. Next thing you know, he walked out. Now I was kind of looking at this two ways. I'm kind of doing a little EJ devil advocate thing because I was like, technically, he didn't do anything threatening. He was just walking out with the knife. He could have been walking towards to get a birthday cake. And the way everybody was just out. Oh, I was like, what is going on here? Oh, and then he got fired.
With the biggest knife he could find, with the biggest knife he could find, bruh, you can bring a cake slicer or a butter knife. You bring a big butcher. Like, what is wrong with you, Edmund? Like, what the heck is wrong with you? Like, all these children. I guess he was so excited that he was able to scare everybody. I'm just like, bruh.
That's how it ended.
That's what it seemed like. It was like, because at first he was in shock and he like, wait, what? You know, when he was getting fired. But then when he actually saw the fear on their faces, it was like, oh, wow, I scared them, which means I'm doing my part. That's how I took it. I'm doing good. You know, I want to be able to scare people because I want people to believe it for this role because they was all in that corner like, oh, God.
Another issue because I would have been gone. Me and my kids would have been up out there. I don't even want to see how it's gonna end. Y'all got it. I'm gone.
And then he started smiling like, oh, okay, I really did scare them. I was like, yeah, okay, this is getting a little weird. I mean, it's already been weird, but it's definitely starting to go another place. So anybody want to talk about this? Jack behind? I mean, it really was short, sweet, and to the point. Not sweet at all, honestly, but
I knew that. Oh, that's what the call was. Tamika, she had called the newspaper.
Yes, I knew it was something. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she reported that it was a serial killer. Sorry about that.
Yes.
So that's and in this part right here, when he was doing that, I knew that they knew that it was her. I was like, oh, she done got caught.
Yeah. I knew it was something I couldn't remember, but yeah, he was a jerk. And he called her a B and everything, man. So
I don't believe in fighting no man, but this movie right here made me want to pop every last one of them that was on this police force. That was just
movie made me
just way too much.
Purge was real, because if Purge was real, I'd be out there in the streets.
Did you hear how they mentioned the Rampart division in this?
And
they was that's was actually the corrupt division in Los Angeles that is connected with the Biggie Smalls.
Yeah.
All of that. It's all of that corruption that they're showing, like they're having a contrast with what happened. I was kind of intrigued by that, like how they blended it into their story.
Yeah, and they harassing her, leaving her things on her desk. I mean,
that guy was an idiot by the parking spot where he wouldn't move his car so she could get in his drive. And then he said something slick out his mouth.
Yeah.
Hey, One Journey. Hey, Shannon.
Hey, One Journey. Hey, Shannon.
Suburbia Jones.
Hey,
So yeah, at this point, the chief tells her, you're not gonna get off that easy. I'm not taking you off the case, but I'm taking McKinley off. So now he just want her to kind of, I guess, mess up for herself, whatever way you want to look, however way you want to look at it. So, she ends up going to what was his name again? The other officer, I don't forgot again.
Diaz or
Yeah. Well, before she goes to him, she does go to Diaz. She says, she wants to team up with him. But we do have, and I was a little confused at first. Of course, we found out more about this later. But originally, I'm like, oh, okay, she owns some kind of store or something. But of course, we keep seeing she have the problems with the hands. That's why her daughter didn't want her driving. That's why she had, the car accident. Now we see this lady who I was just assuming was like a coworker or something, saying, what's going on? Are you okay? Do you need help? And she's going, oh, you gonna keep standing there watching me like a hawk? So she said she was gonna leave. And what was going on with the Raggedy Ann dolls, y'all? Because she wanted that damn thing up out of there.
That's when she looked like she was having trouble messing with that knife. This was the second time I was scared.
She like she was about to chop her hand off.
Yeah, it seemed like it was like that's. I was like, Dad, why they keep showing this? Like she gonna end up chopping her doggone finger off. This was crazy.
Joaquin. It was that his name?
Joaquin.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the son name was.
So yeah, she go and dump this whole box out in the trash.
Because it's the redhead. Remember, everybody keeps talking about they seeing the redhead. So I'm gathering, and I honestly, I skipped to episode 8, but I ain't watched the in between. But
oh Lord, oh my
God, I know, y'all. But I'm gathering that redhead it has something to do with that. I'm so y'all know I'm extra. I literally looked at like 10 minutes of the very last episode. So I really haven't seen much, I promise y'all. But I'm just thinking the whole redhead, they keep talking about the redhead. So that's why there's a problem with that Raggedy Ann. And Andy.
I'm not mad at you. I did the same thing with Pretty Little Liars. When it got to a certain point and they hadn't told us who A was, I said, damn it, I gotta find out who A is. Let me skip to it. So it's okay.
So she comes over for this dinner date with him. It's going good. But then she mentions how she hangs out with her coworkers. Anybody want to break this down? With Edward crazy behind, go do. Lord of mercy.
This was crazy, Tamika. This was so crazy right here. Like, seriously, I'm like, oh, okay. So I was like, okay, so you can turn it on and off because I already think he crazy. But I feel like at this point, I was thinking, okay, he got to have some multiple personality disorders going on. Like, it got to be a couple of him inside of there or something. So I'm like, okay, we got the good guy. Okay, he doing real good. And then that ninja just turned. I said, okay. And then when he did, I said, he finna sit up here and act like I knew he was finna act like he was acting.
Yeah, it do feel like it kind of switches off and on, or sometimes he'd be like, oh, I didn't realize. So I was kind of leaning towards the personalities too, but then I'm like, yeah, I don't know.
Exactly, because I was like, but this is just, my thought process from where we are at in the moment. And that's where I was thinking. And I was like, but then when when he come out there and he start, acting like he about to get her, I said, dang, this dude is a killer. Because he had me for a smidget. And then I said, oh, no, he pretending. And then I said, girl, go. This is a sign for you to run. And she got up out of there so doggone quick. I said, now that's the sisters I know. That's why
that was smart that she did leave, because he was like, you even did good with your improv. When he said that, I was like, that girl was genuinely scared.
Scared.
And I one part of me wanted him to just be trying to see if he can get into this role. I was like, Edward, what the hell are you doing?
That part, okay, because that was crazy.
Like, no, because when she kept saying stop, and he said, no, I can't. I want to see you in pieces. No.
We beyond acting, bro. We done.
Yeah, that was creepy as hell. I said, "Thank you, Jesus." She got up out of there. Mm-mm-mm.
And he put the ski mask on. He must not know. And they got people disappearing and stuff happening.
All
Like,
because he
bruh.
was mad that she said she hang out with the guy after work.
Mm-hmm. Whatever his name was, the
Oh,
light
Lord.
skinned curly hair dude.
That's the
Mm,
one that was teasing him when he was trying to
mm,
act like a thug.
I mean,
mm.
he should have been a better thug, Moochie, because girl,
Right.
horrible thug.
He was. He definitely was. So she had got another call as well, and she goes over here and finds out about these sisters that also pretty much the same thing is still coming up. The mirrors is being covered. You know, we got video going on. We got somebody with this red hair that seems to keep popping up, that they feel like they being watched and something is going to happen to them, and then it happens. So of course, while she's here, she's pretty much getting flashes from the other cases and like saying, you know, this can't be a coincidence. And even the brother didn't know some of the stuff that they were saying as far as them being scared about this guy in the red hair. He just was like, I just thought they was being, you know, teenage girls. And the cops apparently haven't really been a help to them, so they didn't really want her around, but she just kept telling them, you know, she was there to help. Anybody had any thoughts about this in the chat? I wanted to see who the hell the man with the red hair is already. And of
Girl.
course, they're kind of breaking it down where they're like, okay, what do all these people have in common, and who's somebody that would have access easy to them? So I can't remember, it was Melman, something else that Joaquin was saying. Is that the cop name? And then
I
it
don't know what his
was,
name is.
and then it was Dawn was saying, or a policeman. Like, who is
Mhm.
somebody that they're just gonna have easy access and they would like be open to? So
Right.
now she's starting to think it could possibly be McKinley. What was
Which I
y'all
thought
thinking
that was
about
funny because I was like, oh, so because she don't like him. I mean, at this point, she don't like
that?
him. He don't like her. You know, like it's obvious. But I was like, so now you want the redhead to be him? But and I'm not. You know, I wasn't ruling him out. I just honestly didn't go there with him, and only because of once again of the same thing that we talked about with the little boy in the room. I couldn't see him being able to break these bones like that and do the stuff that, like the way these people are posed. I couldn't see that. And so that's why I wasn't on his bandwagon. I just felt like he was a jerk. But you know, I'm only on episode 4, so I don't know where we at with it, but we'll see. We gonna see. As
Okay.
soon as we get off,
Kendall
I'ma go.
said I was thinking the man with the red hair was always McKinley. Okay. Okay.
It
Yeah,
was
listen,
just
I don't put
no, I was just gonna say it was just so creepy how a person, whoever this individual is, could even take out some children. And then to pose them the way that he had them posed, almost like the Gemini twins? Like it was just weird how he had them in this little case at the parents' shop. Like, and then y'all still working in the shop. Like
right.
that creeped me out. That still creeped me out.
I would have been gone. Deuces,
Mm-hmm.
sold, shop gone.
Absolutely.
Okay, burn down.
Okay, arson at its finest. Try to give me a check while I burn this stuff
So
down.
now he's watching you know, what's his name? I forgot his name, but you know,
Manson,
one of
Charles
the
Manson.
Manson, yes. And he's repeating all his things. I said, Lord, you just going deeper and deeper. Okay. And back at the office, they're still coming up with, you know, whatever info they've been able to find out so far. And she keeps asking him, and nothing else on McKinley. Did you check up on McKinley? She also asked him to look into everybody that may have stayed at that group home or came through that group home, been affiliated with the group home, you know, things of that nature. And while she's there going over the tape from the girls, McKinley gives her a surprise visit that was very creepy. Anybody want to talk about that?
Yeah, he came in there just to bully her,
Mm-hmm.
make it known. And then this whole "I got black friends" situation, that's just so annoying to me. But
Yeah.
that just spoke to who McKinney is. He's a bully. He's a racist bully, And for him to, try to intimidate her, I was just like, girl, kick him in his sack and run or something. Like, give him, he's doing he was, again, as always, just doing too much.
Yeah. To the point that she ended up having a daggone panic attack again. Well, she feels like it's more than that. She tells the doctor this is different, and he was like, well, just in case, like, is there any type of heart problems and things of that nature in your family? And he was going to give her something and then, refer her to see a cardiologist and look into it a little bit more to make sure. But all her blood work and all of that kind of stuff, her tests came back normal. So now we over at the school with the son, and Daddy done came through for 5 damn minutes. But I guess anybody want to talk about that?
Listen, I'm not mad at Corey for doing that. I don't pull up on my son for about an hour and so at least regardless of the nature of the relationship between Corey and Dawn,
Yes.
he's still trying to find a minute, for his son. So I mean, he could have found 20 minutes, but he gave him what he could. So
yeah, and they seem like they got a good relationship. He was happy to see him.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing that McKinley was watching him the whole time, which is just making me even more irked with Dan McKinley.
Yes. I didn't like that. And see, that's when they was in the office, I kept thinking that he was looking for something. I was like, what is he looking for? Why is he in the office with her? What do he not want her to find? So I thought it was something along those lines. I didn't realize drunk at first, but until a little bit later into the scene. But I thought this was really eerie, why are you invested this much into her? Like, what is it about her that you actually would approach her child? What has she done to you? Because she ain't done nothing but took you off a case you didn't want to be on.
Exactly. And he there tell your mama said hi until your daddy know you smoke. And I mean, he was just doing the most, the absolute most. And you overstepped there. So of course now, his anxiety is up, child. And he's trying to get his smoke on. And this one show up for his audition. Anybody want to break this scene down, Lord? What did y'all think was about to happen with this? We're going to start with Moochie and work our way up.
I thought he was going to do good with it, but evidently not. It was too scary.
She said she's not gonna do good with it. Girl, listen, y'all. Listen, this is funny because I honestly, how we all said that we've watched it multiple times, right? So one of the times that I watched it, I missed this particular first part when he first enters, and the only part I saw was when he was hitting the wall and was telling her, you said I would be good at this. So I thought he had did the audition and just had tanked again, right? But I went back and looked at I said, oh shoot, wait a minute, you came up in there like this? You didn't
didn't change.
Whoa, okay.
Good night, One Journey. Thanks for coming through.
Thank you, One Journey. Have a good night. I thought that was crazy. That was so crazy to me. I was like, okay, you is really devolving right now. Like every time I see him, I'm just like, he devolving more and more and more. What he finna do? When he gonna take the real step? Now that he thinks that he wants to be a serial killer. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, my bad. I wasn't supposed to say that. You know what I'm saying? But it done happen now. My bad. But I just thought it was crazy. Let me just go let Tika go because
girl, you good? But it was just like he literally walked in, and as soon as they saw him, he thought, "Oh, is it my turn?" No, it's your turn. We don't want you here. We do not want you here. So they send the scariest white dude out there to tell him we don't want you here. And of course, he has to make his way into the room with her and let her know, you said I was gonna be good at it. You lied to me, and now, but he's not cognizant of his actions, that he's being weird. Like, he does not understand that he scared the heck out of her. So why would she want to be in a space with you and you're acting like this? You're not a safe place for me. That person that I thought you were someone I could be safe with. Now you're not. You're looking evil and he scared everybody because everybody else he was walking on
Yeah,
out
they
there.
was shook. They was like, I'm calling the police. And it's crazy too, because one of the first conversations when she brought up the road to him, she was like, oh, because I know you're so gentle and kind and nice. You could never be like that. And he said something to her like, don't get it twisted. Don't think too much on that. I'm paraphrasing, but he definitely threw it out there like I could get a little crazy.
She said that
When
when she told him about the character.
Right. But he did think. I honestly think that he thought he was about to come in here and kill this road. He don't have a job no more. He done got fired, even though he told her he quit.
But you know what? Had she not been afraid of him, he would have
Yes.
did an amazing job. He would have
Mhm.
scared. He would
He
have got
must
the
have
job.
went back and told them how crazy he acted.
She had
Right.
to.
Yeah,
Or
she
that-
did. She did, because she mentioned to him that they were like a family and they used to go out after work. And that's when he was like, oh, girls' night out. He didn't mind her being with the ladies, but for some reason, when she mentioned the guy too, he got mad. And it's like, how the hell you gonna get mad, dude?
I knew him
Kendall
before
said,
I knew.
Cal made a hole in the back seat of that cop car because he was so stressed. Yes,
Yeah, he did.
definitely. What's up, Mr. Jones? Thank you for coming
Remember, Tamika, when she came out to the through the audition, she saw him, and that's when she beeline back into that room and let them
Yeah,
know.
she did. I don't know what happened because I had that one. She saw him coming down that hall and was like, hell to the no.
Mm-hmm. Because his name shouldn't have even been up next. He broke line, to be honest. So when they called his name, I said, oh, she done went in there and told it. That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah, that stalking child, that was just a whole nother level. You see, even one of the guys that was sitting out there in the hallway waiting, he jumped up and moved so he could sit down. He had those people scared in there.
But that's what he was going for, though. Remember, that's what he wanted. He wanted the scare, he wanted the fear, and that's what he got. I think
And
he
he wanted to be
overplayed his hand.
believable, which he was.
Yeah. So now she come home and she done found out about him smoking the marijuana. And she asked him if he hungry, they go out to eat so she could talk with him a little more. And she end up finding out about the fact that McKinley done stopped him, and she pissed us out. I don't blame her. She driving fast, she pissed off, and he says Ronald McDonald looking, which now is gonna make her feel even more that is McKinley, because it's like, well, what would make you say Ronald McDonald out of all things? So now she definitely does think he's tied in possibly with these crimes too. And you come and messing with my child. So yeah, we got a problem. And her mom tries to ask her about the pills, of course, at the same time. And she like, we ain't got time to talk about that. So I'm just like wondering, how we gonna handle this whole thing, Don, because I don't think, if McKinley is as dangerous as what you think he is, I don't think you should be just running up on him.
Exactly.
Not by yourself. Not by yourself.
Yeah. And then Edward's still out here watching them. Lord have mercy, Jesus. And she watching McKinley at the same time. She was smoking it too while she was out there. Oh Lord, my things end up getting mixed up. But yeah, she was smoking while she was out there. And she was just getting flashes of, all different kind of stuff. So I believe this is episode 4, if I'm not mistaken. I don't even know yet. I think it is. He comes and we start to get a little bit more of his background and why he possibly may have some of the issues that he have. Anybody want to break this down?
Can I talk about this for like a whole because when we rolled up and because I was like, oh, okay, so he gonna go to a book signing. That's what I thought. I was like, oh, he gonna go to a book signing. He get up in there, he say, Dad. I say, wait a minute, did I hear that right? I had to rewind it. I rewinded it. I said, wait a minute, did he say what I thought? Okay, so we adopted, okay, or something like that, or whatever the case is, okay. But we saying dad like we are are still cool-ish. You know what I'm saying? And then when we hear a little more about the story, and when he saw Lacey or whatever her name was, he got real excited. Ain't that the sister name? He got real excited. He wanted to go see her, but they didn't want to let
Yes.
me go see her. But when Mama came over there with the little dark-skinned baby, y'all, I ain't even gonna lie. All I could think about was that era when everybody thought it was cute to have
Yes.
a little dark-skinned baby hanging on to them. I'm just keeping it
Hey,
real. I'm
Miss
just saying.
Sharon.
And that
Yeah.
was the time.
That's everybody thought it was a cute, you know what I'm saying? It's like an accessory or something. But you know, it is what it is. You know, shout out to the people who did that. But anyway, yeah, so I was like, I was looking at the mama side eyes, but I know that wasn't the assignment, but I was looking at her side eyes because of that. And then I was like, okay, so what happened? Something had to happen. And we get a little bit more into the conversation, and the dad is like, we did everything we could. So clearly you've been weird. Like you've been a weirdo from a long time ago. Like something happened in this man's childhood that has definitely got him to where he is now, and that's the part I need to know. What triggered you to where you are now?
But I did feel bad for him when he was like, okay, well, you wrote this book and I read your book and it sounds like you're talking about me. And he was like, I need help. You know, when he told him, well, go get it or go get help, I was like, that's why he coming to you. He kind of telling you, like, I'm jacked up. I see some stuff is wrong with me.
Yeah, that part right there, because he was asking for his help. He went to him looking for the help, and that book did sound like him. I ain't gonna lie, it sounded a lot like him. And who knows, it probably was about him. But if somebody asks you for help, you should help them. But that's what makes me think that something really happened to where he can't even think about helping him, because something triggered that response. Something scared that white man. Let's just keep it real.
But it also, and I'm always finding an ish that make me sad about certain situations. But it kind of saddened me that as a child, they saw that something was wrong with him, and rather than go and take him to try to get some help, they literally just put him back in the foster care system, and now he's dealing with all of this stuff. I feel like, you know, I just was sad by that part. Like they could have, you know, at least tried to get him help first. And then if that didn't work, then say, okay, well, we tried everything. We don't know what else to do. You know what I mean? And at that point, he probably should have been institutionalized, because he probably took out a cat or animal or something that made them like, what the heck is wrong with him? You know what I mean? So yeah.
But keep in mind, it's the 90s. They wasn't doing a lot of stuff back then. This is that was the decade where we was finding out a lot of stuff.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. Too. So, child, this is when I start getting worried about Dawn, because I felt like she was kind of playing a dangerous game. You know, she trying to play it off like she's the wife of a cop, and then talk to McKinley's wife. And we must be married to the same man. And was he home Tuesday? I just knew this lady was gonna catch on, because that was so specific to say. And was he home last Tuesday? Did he come late? Oh man.
She almost was able to get something out of them until them kids or walked up, or the people was like, okay, your car is ready. But she almost got some information.
Kendall says, I felt bad for Edmund when he said the dad dropped him off at a group home at 12 years old. Yeah, I did too. I did too. Shout out to everybody watching. If you're watching on Facebook, Twitter, here on YouTube or wherever, just make sure y'all hit the like. We appreciate it. If y'all catch the replay, let us know. Replay again, you came by, you know, tell us what y'all thinking about this season 2 so far. Don't put no spoilers, just in case. We only talking about episodes 1 through 4.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And we don't know how old he was when they got him too, because that to me,
we don't.
What the age was when he got there? How long did they deal? You know what I'm saying? Like it's a lot of stuff.
In that house before the other one, that crazy lady house. That's what's making me.
I believe that they probably got him from there and then put him back there. That's what is. I mean, you know, they don't get specific, but that's what I would assume. And it sounds like they had him for a good amount of years, and then they were able to have their own child. And it also kind of came off like, because we had a biological child, because he was like real and then he goes
Mhm.
biological. That
Mhm.
also kind of makes it seem like we didn't really need you no more because now we was able to have a baby. But I might be
Yep.
reading too much into
No,
it.
I felt that way too. That was the vibe that it
I
was
felt
giving.
that way. I felt that, you know how once a kid have a lot of disciplinary problems, you know they
Mhm.
send them back and get another one
Mhm.
because it ain't theirs.
Yeah. So she finds out about this other officer that could potentially have some info in reference to McKinley and his experience that he had with him. Anybody want to talk about this? She paid him a visit. First, he didn't want to let her in, but then
Yeah.
he get. Mm-hmm.
I was just gonna say, yeah, he opened up, at first like you say, he didn't want to let her in, but then he opened up and started,
Mm-hmm.
because they got basically a common enemy. And
Mm-hmm.
he proceeds to tell her all this information about what he discovered with McKinney and everything. And then he slaps his cut off skin on the table
Yo,
where he
that
was
was
a part of this
crazy.
organization, and he found out what they were really about, and was like, I don't want to be a part of it. So to see all of the
Mm-hmm.
police brutality and everything
Mm-hmm.
that he had seen, and nobody was really doing anything about it, it was like, wow. So now you place this information in her hands. It's literally a smoking blicky, but what is it that she can really do with it? She went asking
Yeah.
for it, but it
Yeah.
was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah, and he talked about them having this secret place, and he figured it was just like the blue wall shit. What, I forget the name, how he said it, but he was like it was a little more than that, and he basically feels like he never believed McKinley. His story didn't match with the evidence, and then on top of that, these guys, supposedly it ain't them that's all hooded coming, like you said. So I'm like, that right there already told me. He said, I wish somebody would have warned me. Now, child, Edmund out on the stroll, baby. Moochie, what you thought about this?
That was funny. I said
He looked awkward the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
He looked awkward the whole time with this.
he really did. Hey,
And
Barbara.
I thought he was gonna hurt this lady.
Yes, I did. He started bugging out for real, for real. Because at first she was like not really paying him too much money. Then he was like, why are you doing this for a living? What's wrong with you? Your parents know about this? I was like, uh-oh.
There we go with them parent issues because he had
Mm-hmm.
just left his mama and daddy.
Right. And then he was saying that nobody was gonna miss her. I said, oh shoot. And she did good though, because she went from like, I'm trying to get out the car, you better let me the hell out, to come on, baby. She was trying to calm him down and bring him back there. And then, saved by the DAG police. So this is one time I know she was happy to see the damn police.
That's what I
Mhm.
said too.
So now when they got him back to this daggone precinct, was y'all expecting this?
I was like,
Mm-mm.
oh shoot, his stuff.
I thought it was crazy. I
It's
said,
like a light switched on with him again in this
mhm.
part.
It was the camera for me, the way he
Yes.
turned the camera. I said, no, you didn't just turn the. I said, wait a minute, you just gonna turn the. Okay, so and scene.
Right.
Go. I was like, he really is seeking this attention. Like, I mean,
Yep.
I look at a lot of crime shows. Criminal
Yes.
Minds is one of my favorite ones.
Hey,
And
mommy.
this is definitely one of those times where this person literally he's invisible and he wants to be
Mhm.
seen and he's going to do whatever it takes to be seen. And that's what I was starting to realize as we got
Yeah.
into this episode, is that he literally at this point will do whatever it takes for people to really see him, even cop to being a SK that we know he wasn't.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Like I guess he was like, let me see if I can get them to believe me. And he reading off all the lines, and then they looking at the
Mhm.
tapes in the back and see that they are literally the same thing that he's saying. I'm like,
Yeah, that
okay.
was
He's trying to be
crazy.
famous anyway.
Thank you, Barbara Johnson. We appreciate you. She said, you queens, you guys have me cracking up. Keep up the good work. Definitely appreciate it.
Thank
And
you. Thank you.
Kendall said, when Edmund locked those car doors, I started peeking through my fingers. What's going on? Monique 69
Hey,
waves.
Monique.
So yeah, he definitely, I was like, not, no, he not line for line. And now he done stepped up because he was giving these lines way better than he was in the beginning with the little, when he was supposed to be the hoodlum. Now he got it down pat because he had them believing him. They was like, oh, we done caught this guy as a rat. They were so pissed off when they found, which I can't blame them. And then he seemed like he was mad that he wasn't gonna go down for it.
Because he wasn't gonna be famous. His whole goal is to be famous. Like he's looking for that fame. And even because SKs really are famous. People really do for whatever reason idolize them and all these
Yeah,
different
that's
types of things.
definitely true.
And that's what
That's
it seems like that's
definitely
what he's
true.
searching for. So he was like, shoot, after she told him that he could play that part, he started believing that he
Yes.
could be that part. And I ain't gonna lie, he was actually doing a good job.
Yes, absolutely.
It's the Jeffrey
Definitely.
Dahmer glasses for me though. Every time it's the Dahmer
Right.
glasses.
So now here go Dag on child. She over here thinking she about to do some investigation and run up on them. I said, did they have cameras in the house? Because how they just all came from this way, that way, and you see how many of them it was there. I was so scared for her. Anybody else had any thoughts on this whole thing?
I
I
thought
was
this was
just like,
crazy.
girl. Oh, go ahead,
Go ahead.
EJ.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, when you saw at least 5 or 6 or 7 people in the house, that should have been your moment to turn the heck around and get up out of there. Like, that's one thing I like Detective Dawn, but she's always putting herself in positions that could potentially get her unalive. So I'm like, girl, just go. That was it was definitely KK. Can we say KKK? It was definitely the 3Ks. That's all I can say. That was in that room, and for her to just gracefully ease backwards, and then she ends up getting caught by him. I was wondering too, who EJ, I think that was EJ that said that. Was there like cameras in the inside of the house or on the
Yeah, I
outside
was
or
wondering
something
that.
right. And then
Because
she
they
could
just
stick out like a sore thumb because she's the only black being on there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I thought this was crazy, y'all. Seriously. I mean, I like her, and I always felt like I know she goes with her gut and all that type of stuff, but I just thought that this was a bad move on her part to get out of the car and to really try to investigate it the way that she did. Like, if you don't have any backup there with you, I did like how she kind of thinks quick on her feet and comes up with the reasoning why she's there, but it still don't fully make all the way sense in a way. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I feel like you're going to make him even more curious about you. He already got a low key obsession with her. I'm gonna call it an obsession because he too into her for whatever reason. Like, I don't get it. It's unhealthy.
Yeah.
With the reasoning why she's there.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I was like, whoa. I was like, do I hear myself? But yeah, I was scared for her, but I'm glad that she was able to get up out of there. But there's a lot of them jokers, y'all. It's a lot of them.
Yeah, the way they surrounded her, that I was like, girl, please. And then
you know she's in a dirty department now.
Yeah.
And that looks like every police officer on the entire force.
Right.
I was looking for the chief
about her.
I was like, if we see the chief, then we know the dude. That's
right.
That's the only person we didn't see.
Because that dude that was in the car was definitely there.
Yeah, the one that wouldn't move.
Yeah.
So they've been talking about her.
Yeah, definitely. Well, she did the right thing by driving out of there fast. He told her, hurry up and get out of here. But I'm not mad at her for standing, what the kids say, standing on business. She was like, you're going to stay away from my son. Like, you ran up on my son. So, yeah, I done followed you here to tell you to leave my damn family alone. Okay? But I was like, girl, don't ever do that again.
Too many of them.
Yeah. You gotta be smart about it.
and they still following her, just
Right. It was
intimidation.
like a crowd. Now, baby, he come and climb in this window. Child, and we find out he in the assistant damn house, and he decides to go through everything. He take a dunk in the man house. He lay in the bed. He taking everything out the refrigerator, the cabinets. What did y'all think about this? We're gonna start with Tika and go to EJ Moochie. What was happening? What was going through y'all minds?
Listen, I was just wondering, did they really have to show us that big behind turd in that
Yes,
toilet?
I had to turn
Like,
my head.
really?
Like,
Really? And then he wiped his behind before he even stood up. But he literally, just like you said, he literally went through the entire place, watched the movie. Like, I mean, just was, again, in Edmund fashion, doing the doggone most. So he was setting it up for his prey to come on in.
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm.
definitely. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I mean, this was a lot. I mean, right here, I said, okay, we definitely we done devolved all the way. We're about to do something. We're about to go here. Like we done stepped
Mhm.
into this man's home. I was like, oh, we're about to take the next step. This is it. You know what I'm saying? Like now, once he once he flipped this switch, it ain't no coming back from it. He
Yeah,
already
it's no coming back at all.
took too well to liking the idea of being the SK. Not, and it's funny
Mhm.
because you didn't take to liking being the thug because you couldn't do it.
Right.
You felt like, okay, this role was meant for me, all because somebody planted in your head that, oh, I think you would be good at this. And then you really think that you can do it. I mean, like I said, he's doing a good job, but at the same time, I'm just saying the way that he's taking it on, and now that he's
Mhm.
going to the next level with it, I mean, that's
Mhm.
it. But I think it's interesting to see how he fell into this, like how it's escalating and escalating. And with each moment, it feels like we're losing a piece of the little glimpses that we saw of Edmund. You know what I'm saying? The real glimpses that we saw of him.
Going in.
Yeah, that
Exactly,
dump was.
Monique.
And he was excited about that dump too, Monique. Like he was really
Yes,
excited about it. Didn't
he
flush, didn't nothing,
definitely
didn't wipe,
was.
nothing. And I felt like he was trying to recreate a scene, and I was like, how much does he really know about the the person that's doing all this stuff? Because it felt like he was trying to create a scene,
Yeah.
to a certain extent. But I don't know what scene, because I don't know how much details they really know about what's going on. So
Yeah, he was. Listen, he was doing the most, baby, but we ain't know that was just the beginning. Cause he found these movies, and he sit down and he start watching them. Okay, having his own little movie night premiere, and then oh Lord have mercy,
I just noticed
Jesus.
that he opened the refrigerator too.
Yeah, he opened everything, girl. He was disrespectful as hell. Meanwhile, back at the daggone house, Mama walking down and she having a whole conversation with Dawn in the tub that ain't really damn Dawn. And I don't think I had the screenshots of that. We did see a scene because at this point, like we said, lights is flickering off and on. At times they think they see somebody that they don't see. They hearing things in the house and all of that. And it was a point where she thought she saw pills on the floor, and the pills literally led to this black box. But then when she looked again, the pills wasn't there. So at this point, Dawn is supposedly sitting here in the tub saying to her, about being a good mother. And she like, you are a good mother. She like, I'm not talking about you. And turn her head and look right at her like, we know about that black box. So I want to know what the hell is in the black box, Mama. Now what's going on? But the whole craziness of it was whole conversation going on, and then her grandson come like, grandma, when she turned her head again, ain't nobody in the damn tub, ain't no water in the tub. I said, what is going on? Does anybody know what's happening in here? Oh my goodness.
I think this, yeah. Well, I was like, I gotta go back and watch this again. I miss what happened.
Yeah, girl. It's
For a brief second.
Yeah.
I can't even break it down.
And every time you notice something different.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
So we get over here, child, Lord. Edmund just said, bump it. Listen, y'all ain't want to arrest me for the things I didn't do. I'm about to do some stuff for real. Oh man, now we actually get to find out who it was that we started out episode 1 with. What did y'all think, baby? He was fighting. I gotta give him his props. He was trying to fight. But Edmund was getting the upper hand on him. Tika, what you thought about this?
He was trying to fight, but I'm like, bro, you can't see. And you can't get your hands around the front of your face so you can get that pillowcase off your head. But again, it's fight or fight. You gonna try your best to fight and get out the situation. Unfortunately, he ran into that pole, and that pretty much put him back down on the ground to where Edmund could do his damage. And I don't know if we see the part where he threw him in that trunk, but it was rough.
And back at the house now, Mama is feeling all guilty after seeing this ghost. So, child, we get Dawn and us get a little dose of Mama's secrets that she been holding on to, and what's going on with this box. Anybody want to break this down? This was a doozy.
I mean, we find out that. Oh, go ahead, EJ.
No. Go ahead. No, I was just.
Go ahead. Let me put on mute.
Yeah, so Mama is ready to be honest because the pills, she done got led by the pills and the box and all that stuff and all the stuff that's happening. So she feel like it's time to tell the truth. Like, hey, there's no way that you have a heart condition based off of hereditary, because earlier she had talked about her father. That was what the doctor was thinking, that it had to be hereditary, and that's why she were taking the test. And we learned that Dawn is actually adopted, that she is not their biological child. So here we go, another person as we're talking about biologics. What if they brother and sister? Okay, never mind. Hold on. Never mind. I don't know why I went all the way left.
I ain't want to jump ahead.
But then she tells her about that, about that, and then Dawn just isn't ready to receive that at this moment. Like, that's the last thing she want to hear after what she just went through anyway, because she just went through some stuff. Sorry, y'all, Amber Alert. She just went through some stuff. I guess I should have looked at the Amber. I ain't going outside. She just went through some stuff. And so she ain't really trying to receive what she's talking about right now. It was just bad timing, to be honest. This was like one of those let me sit you down, get you some cake and ice cream type of stuff, not just a boom. You know what I mean? Like, it was just the wrong timing for it. But honestly, and because I can't really speak on it like that, but I'm just gonna throw out my opinion. I don't know why we had such a strong reaction to it. Like, I get it, not knowing that you're adopted, that probably can be traumatizing for some people or whatnot. But I just feel like, but you were raised in a good home. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's not be so dramatic about it, and let's just sit down and talk about it. But with everything
like she already been going through so much craziness, and then to come in and have this piled on top of it, that's what I'm going to assume. that was just like a lot to take.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, that's the only thing that I can think, is that it has to be the thought process of what she just went through and all of this other stuff, and this in the moment was just too much, and that was just like a breaking point. So, but yeah, we had the son.
And her son came down like, oh, why you yelling at grandma? He don't know what's going on.
At least he listened, because I don't feel like, one of my kids would have still been trying to figure out what was wrong. My daughter would have been like, but what's wrong? Go upstairs. But what's wrong?
He just listened and went right back upstairs.
Exactly.
I thought he was gonna say something back, because she usually makes sure he's intact, the grandma. So.
Yeah, so that was hard for her. So she wanted to get the heck up out of there. She didn't want to hear no more about it. And that was a lot to take in. So we get back over here, child, and Edmund throwing a birthday party reenactment. Baby, when he popped up with the wig and the thing that's supposed to be like the
with the muscles coming through, I said, look at the muscles.
Okay.
Oh my goodness
Yeah,
gracious,
Edmund, you
I
are out of
can't.
control.
He looked like he trying to be one of the Jackson 5.
Okay. Listen, Moochie girl, I knew he was over. I knew it was over. It was over right then. I said this Joker done snapped and he is all the way gone.
Yeah.
And then it was crazy because he, like, you know, it's not funny because it's like you done got kidnapped. You here, you trying to figure out who got you, then you realize who got you, and then once he went to play the whole movie, he was like, "Wait, you was in my house?" I said, "That's the least of your problems right about now."
Right.
Oh
Right.
my god.
That's the last thing you should be concerned about. And the fact that this man is standing here making you recite the words that were, and
Yeah.
then you're not doing it good enough, so you need to do it a little bit better.
Mhm.
Like, yeah, Edmund.
Yeah.
Snap.
Had him blowing out the birthday candles, reciting it, and he laughing, talking about, "Oh, that was horrible." I'm like, "Oh yeah, nah,
Yeah, because he was
nah,
doing him how they were
right."
like at him at the audition,
Hmm.
like, no, try it again. So he saw he was
Yeah,
laughing, so he kind of gave it
and
back to him.
once again, he did try to fight. He was trying to fight with all his might. So yeah, y'all, that was like uh the last of episode 4. Well, this thing's still going, y'all. Y'all know I'm new to these videos, but yeah, that was the last of episode 4. So we have 1 through 4 down. I didn't know it was gonna take us this long. I'm sorry, y'all. Thank y'all for
Oh, that
hanging
was
in
good.
with me.
140. That was good for 4 episodes.
We gonna be doing 5 through 8 on Tuesday, is it?
Yep, Tuesday.
Yeah, Tuesday. So hopefully y'all will be caught up and y'all will have watched that. And me, I'm gonna be watching over some parts because I watched 1 through 5 the same night. Then the next day I went and watched 6 and half of 7. So now I'm gonna back it up, and then this time I'm gonna finish it out to 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look at 5 and 6 at least. But since I'm gonna be hosting, I'm a try to take it easy. I'm gonna just do 5 and 6. I'm not gonna jump to 7 and 8 because I need to get a thorough understanding.
Yeah, because literally just me watching over the episodes 1 through 4, every time I notice something different. And I love TV shows and movies that's like that, where no matter how many times you peep something else, like, oh, I didn't peep that the first time. I think they did a really good job. But what I've seen so far, like I said, the acting is on point, the cinematography, the storytelling, and yeah, Luke James, y'all gonna have to go ahead and give him some awards. Y'all gonna have to put some respect on his name.
Okay. Why you be always talking noise about my boy because he played Trig Victor.
Mhm.
Listen, Trig Victor, I'm gonna be looking at him sideways. I'm be like,
Yes,
y'all better watch out.
because y'all
So,
know sometimes when these actors dig into these roles, and that's what it was making me think about as we see him playing this character. Because sometimes we've heard actors say, like, if it's a mafia role, a role where they doing a lot of taking out people and things of that nature, it can put them in another place. Sometimes it do start to mess with them mentally. We might be doing more drinking, we might not be able to sleep, and all different kind of stuff. And so it
Well,
kind of was
won't
making
happen
me
with the
thinking about
Joker.
that. But then I was like, I hope it don't be doing nothing to him in real life. But yeah, they have to actually go and unwind and
They gotta have like a free space where they can
yes,
clear their mind and stuff.
yes,
Yeah, because they said like Jack Nichols said that with Heath Ledger with the Joker role.
yes,
That role
absolutely.
is
Yeah, he warned what's his name about it. Yeah, yep, yep.
yep, that's why I think Shamar Moore stopped playing in Criminal Minds because it was just too much. Not to mention that he got his own show, but I really
Yeah.
feel like that was one of the main things, like because he talked about the mental
Kendall
part
says
of
she
that too.
not watching them by herself.
Yeah, I had to
Turn
go
all your
back
lights
to
on. Turn all your lights on, and just don't go to sleep with it. Just don't go to
She
sleep with
said,
it because
just
you'll start
don't go
dreaming
to
about
sleep.
the ish. You'll start dreaming.
You
You'll
really
get
will.
crazy.
I did too. That's why I couldn't watch it. I was like, I'm not watching this at night no more. I can't be having these weirdo dreams. So I had to watch it in the daytime with the lights on, like you said. So,
Wow.
but if my husband is still up, I might go try to check out episode 5 and 6 if he's still up. But if he's not still up, otherwise, if I watch it, I'm gonna have to watch
Mhm.
something funny right afterwards. That's how I
Right,
do it.
yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Tika, tell everybody what you got coming up on your
Okay.
channel, what we could be looking forward to.
Okay. So first of all, shout out to Lil Marvin, who's the actual writer or producer and
Yes,
all this stuff over this. And then I said this earlier, but Malcolm Mays, I didn't know you had it in him. I didn't know he had it in him. That's Uncle Lulu from Raising Cane's. I didn't know
yes,
this man was writing like this.
yes. I love
So
it.
salute to the artists who are giving us this
Mm-hmm.
crazy content. They say black people don't survive long in scary movies, and we laughing because
Right.
at least some of us did. So, I'm absolutely here for it. Thank you, Tamika, EJ. Thank you guys for inviting me to kick it with y'all on this
Mhm.
craziness. Them is them. And
Mhm.
so on my channel on All Things Ruthless, I'm definitely going to continue talking about the Dirty D. Shout out to Detroit. Like, I am so excited for what the people of Detroit are doing in the entertainment industry.
Mhm.
But definitely the Dirty D. I just did what did I just watch? Mother May I just did that. That's the Tubi film. I suggest everybody go check out Mother May I on Tubi. And on my other channel, which is Tika's Wind Down, I just did a little chat and paint with no alcohol involved, but a chat and
Okay.
paint. I did that, just a little something to wind down from the week, and I plan on doing more of those on the channel. So again, thank you all. This is definitely being fun, and I'm definitely looking forward to episodes 5 through 8 of them.
Yes. EJ girl, what's going on? What you gonna be bringing to the YouTube streets?
Girl, listen. I don't know. I'm trying to do these. I'm trying to think of some new stuff to do that I'm thinking about doing. I don't know what's gonna happen just yet, y'all. So we gonna see. For sure, what I do know is that tomorrow we're about to get into this DR from Detroit. Shout out to Detroit, like Tika said. Detroit up in here just got me like, what up though? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, forget it. I'm about to that's about to be my new lingo too. Forget it. I'm all in. Like I really love this show. So we definitely gonna talk about DR from Detroit. I am going to do some extra videos on DR from Detroit. That's how much I actually like it. And then I am going to be we got our BMF too on Monday, but I think you're hosting that, Tamika. So we got that BMF, but I am not doing a BMF quick chat. So that don't even look for that. That's not coming. And something else I had planned, but I can't think of what it is. Just keep your notifications on because your girl, she be all over the place. But I have some stuff up.
Okay. Moochie, what you bringing the people, girl?
All right, tomorrow, please be sure to come at 6. We are going to be doing Let's Do It Again. That's with the Sunday throwback. Of course, I'll be live with the ladies Monday. Tuesday, I don't know. I'm trying to get this hidden gem thing up. I'm going to try to do that. Also, I will be doing my trailer breakdown for BMF. And Wednesday, we will be doing Mayor Kingstown. So please be sure to keep y'all notifications on, y'all. All right? Thank you.
And Tuesday, y'all, we doing the rest of 5 through 8. I forgot to say that. That's what we doing on Tuesday.
Yeah, I didn't know. That's why I didn't say nothing. That's why I left it blank. Because I know I got something to do Tuesday, but it's with y'all.
I'm gonna be out here in these streets, y'all. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every damn day. Oh no, I feel like it though. It is almost every day. I know I'm with the ladies when they going, I'm going. I'm gonna be rocking with them, and then it also have Mafia Monday, Flashback Friday, and movie night with the ladies on Thursday, which is Shirley. So y'all make sure that y'all hang out with with us for all of those, of course, the throwback Sundays and all of that good stuff. And I think next Saturday is gonna be self-care Saturday and what you should be watching. So yes, I'm gonna be a busy lady. But
she's back.
yes, vacation over. So we gonna see y'all. Have a good night. Thank y'all so much for joining us. Make sure if you are not subscribed to anybody, Tika, All Things Ruthless, your girl EJ the TV Junkie, Muchilla Reviews. Okay, hitting the hammer when you come through. Make sure that y'all subscribe to them. I got all of the links in the description. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight.
Good
See ya.
night.
Peace.
Oh Lordy.